one of the main things that I noticed about the success is that it's always people oriented. Always, 100% people oriented. So here's the rules. Sorry. Here's the rules. Number one. This is the set. Remember, 7 values. Number one is get results. Get results. Trying is not enough. Write that down. Get results. I'm about results. If they tell me that I need to promote a person within the next month, there's a market open, it's either I get the results or I don't get the results. There's no gray area. You understand what I'm saying? Our opportunity is contingent upon us getting the results that we're supposed to get. Forget trying. Somebody comes up to me and said, I tried to do it today. That's not a bad thing. I want people to put forth a perfect effort. A perfect effort. I want them to do as much as they possibly can that day. But if they're not good enough in that day, they need to become better in order to accomplish the goal. You understand what I'm saying? If I bring back 1 out of 20 people, and it's supposed to be 1 out of 15, but the 1 out of 20 is the best they can do at that moment, what am I expecting? Them to do the best that they possibly can and do a little bit more until they hit 1 out of 15. Get the results. Don't ever come to me with an excuse, a reason why you weren't successful. Don't come to me with that. I just want to see the results. If you come to me wondering how to get the results, then that's a whole other story. But if a person comes to me with reasons why they didn't get the results, it frustrates me. Okay? I don't deal with it. So that's the first one. Number 2, we believe in this. Creating focus. Creating an intense focus. And the key to this is keep it till it's done. I believe in starting a thing and finishing it. If a person starts a sale, I expect that person to start the sale and finish the sale. Do it to its completion and keep one focus until it's done. That's what I believe in. Because I don't believe that a person is effective if they're focused on 3 or 4 or 5 different things at one time. If you try to jump constantly back between 2 different thoughts, you get confused. If a person's selling, I'm expecting that person to sell. If that person's having fun on their off day, I'm expecting that person not to think about work, but to focus on the off day. Focus on taking care of the wife, the kids, have fun. That's what I'm expecting. I believe in creating the focus and keeping it until it's done. After it's done, then you can move on to the next thing. The third thing that I believe in, major on the majors. You understand this? Major on the majors. Never do an A task, which is of utmost importance. Never do a B task before an A task is complete. If you have an A task on your list, which is a high priority task for that day, a B task is never to be done, ever. You have to know priorities. When a person's in the field, I believe in the 80-20 rule. Write this down. 80-20 rule applies here. The 20% of what's done is responsible for 80% of the results. 20% of people in America earn 80% of the money. Did you know that? Yeah. 20% of the people earn 80% of the income. It's always 20% of a company. 20% of the people in a company are responsible for 80% of the production in that company. So what I'm telling you is major on the majors, the 20%. That small bit that's responsible for the most, I need a person to get that done first. Okay? We found out that in the presentation, a person's hot spots, what they like, is more important than any other part of the presentation. So we focus almost all of our attention on getting the hot spots and delivering hot spots. That's all. You understand what I'm saying? Another value. This is in your life too. What's more important, money or your family?
Family.
Family's most important. I'm expecting you to put family before making money. You understand what I'm saying? Number 4, help people. Never use people. If I ever see somebody taking advantage of another person, they're done. If I ever see it. If I ever see a person taking advantage of a customer, they're done. If it's an older person who doesn't need HD, DVR, and all of this extra stuff, and that person signs them up for that, done. I'm not looking for a person to take advantage of somebody else, because it's not good for anything or anyone. I'm looking for, write this down, win-win situations. These are the only ones we engage in. Win-win situations. If I win, I need the other person to win too. If that other person wins, I need to be winning too. We need to enter, the only things we engage in are win-wins. If you come on board and you start to become successful, I automatically become successful. But if you start failing, okay? If you start failing, and I'm doing all I can to help you, but you're not doing all the things you can to help yourself, it's a separate relationship. Same with me. If I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to do, I'm expecting the reps to check me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's number 4. Number 5, this is the rule. Anything less than your best is unacceptable. It's true to me. I'm expecting a person to do to do everything that they possibly can. I'm not expecting them to burn themselves out, because they can't do that. You can't function if you passed out. I'm expecting them to do everything they can, because anything less than that always produces a bad result. It produces low self-esteem, low confidence, no confidence in the pitch, no confidence in the ability. If a person prepares as much as they can, this is studied in sports psychology. If a person does everything that they possibly know to prepare for an event, like a boxing match or a football match or a basketball match, any match possible with competition, if that person prepares completely, if they think of something that they should do and they do everything that they think they should do, they enter the fight, they enter the game with a different confidence than a person who thought of something that they should do and didn't. Because in the back of their mind, they know that they didn't prepare the best way that they possibly could. This is important. It's not just important for me to make my money, but it's important for a person so that they know that they have potential. But as soon as they don't do as much as they should, I see talented people fail because of that. Real important. Number 6, never react. Always respond. This is a lot of stuff to take in, I know. But I'm expecting a person to have emotional control. If a customer is upset, if a person is upset with a customer does something, says something to one of our reps, I'm expecting that rep not to react. The initial reaction is already there. It's a flush of anger, a flush of embarrassment that turns into anger. I'm expecting that person to wait until that subsides and then respond to the situation accordingly. Walk out the door, but reacting, it's a no-no for me. And then number 7, this is probably my most passionate one. Never pass the buck. Never pass the buck. Never pass the buck. Never pass the buck. Always take full responsibility of every situation. Everything's my fault. If you start failing, it's my fault. It is. And I take full responsibility for it. I take responsibility by training a person back up the way that they should go. I have to do it, because if a person is failing and I've trained them, then it's my fault that person is not trained well. I'm expecting everybody to take full responsibility. If it's a person in the store and they say something to me along the lines of, "Oh, the store was slow," I lose my mind when I hear that, because they just took the responsibility and gave it to the store versus themselves. When it's door-to-door salesmen who do what we do and can get more sales than you can in a day inside of a Sam's Club where there's tons of people coming in already paying a whole bunch of money for the stuff they got anyway. So if you tell me that it's the store, when these retailers have been around a while, that frustrates me. I'm expecting a person to take full responsibility for every asset of their life. So if they're not getting sales that day and they say, "Oh, it's not many people here," that doesn't matter. What have you done to get the person back to the booth? What have you done to persuade the person? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? That's my question all the time. If a person comes to me with a problem, I'm expecting them to have 3 solutions before they come to me with a problem. And one of them better be them. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm going with that. These are the 7 values that I live by. It makes me effective. It keeps me humble, because remember, help people, never use people. I always help people. That keeps my integrity in check. But at the same time, I get results. I know trying is not enough. I have enough mercy and I have enough severity. I have enough structure, business, but I also have enough care and concern for people. That safe balance is the perfect way for business. You see what I mean? So now that I'm done with the values, man, let's get straight into the meat. The meat of what we're going to be doing, the mechanics. Well, really, that's only the 1%, but let's get into the